What's up guys, GT here, and this is my brand new Fractal Audio AM4 unit. Check it out. So if you've been around the channel for a while, you know how long I've been using the Aspects 2. That unit has been rock solid for many years. I've spent countless hours chasing tone, creating presets, creating videos, and it's been with me through a lot. In fact, this channel purely exists because of the Aspects 2, and I still love that unit. So this wasn't an impulsive upgrade, rather a planned one. For the longest time, I've been watching Fractal's newer units such as the Aspects 3 and the FM9 from the sidelines, checking out demos, reading forums, seeing what other players were doing with it. But every time I looked at the price tag, it just didn't feel realistic for me. Especially here in Australia, I think it's a serious investment. Now I've been waiting for something more affordable to drop from Fractal, and the AM4 finally fits the bill. I've only had the unit for a week or so this is very much a first impressions video. I'll be creating more presets and tones later. And just to be clear, this is not a sponsored video by Fractal, though honestly I really wish it was. I bought this unit with my own hard-earned money so that I can create these videos and tones for you guys in the future. So make sure you like and subscribe to support the channel and stay updated for the upcoming content. And as most of you know, I don't even play live. This is purely a home studio setup for me, but that's what makes this even better. Even as a bedroom player who records and jams at home, this unit still feels completely worth it, and I'm quite happy with it. Now, the chapter with the Aspects 2 definitely isn't closed. I'll still be making videos with it, doing comparisons, building more presets for you, and all of that. So make sure you stay tuned for those. But bringing the AM4 into the mix feels like opening a new door. More inspiration, more sounds, more creative options. That's what makes this upgrade really special for me. Now, my very first impressions right out of the box, this thing feels really premium. The build quality is exactly what you'd expect from Fractal Audio. The metal chassis feels solid, the layout is clean, and the screen is super responsive, and the buttons and encoders feel smoother than what I've been used to on the XFX2. But what really surprised me was the size. I was expecting this to be a lot larger, and it's actually much more smaller than I expected, but in a really good way. Seeing how compact this unit is, it honestly impresses me how much Fractal has managed to pack into such a small footprint. The amount of power and the features in something of this size is actually kind of mind-blowing, to be honest. And even though I don't play live, portability is still a massive win for me. If I ever want to take this to a friend's place or a studio session, or just move my setup across to a different room, it's super easy, right? Just unplug and plug it back in. One of the biggest upgrades for me has to be the user interface. If you've ever spent time with an XFX2 like I have, you will know the front panel can feel, well, a little overwhelming at times. There's a lot to navigate, and even for an experienced user like me, finding the right menu or parameter quickly can take some time and getting used to. Now, coming to the AM4, that complexity is fairly reduced. Even though I haven't played any of the newer floor units like the FM3 or the FM9, this feels like a huge leap forward in workflow. Everything is laid out much more intuitively, menus are easy to navigate, and editing parameters feels natural rather than solving a puzzle like it is on the XFX2. And just a heads up, I'll be creating a detailed, in-depth guide on how to use the AM4 directly from the front panel, so make sure you stay tuned for that, and make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Now, of course, the AM4 has much more compared to the XFX2, more amps, more effects, DynaCabs, and all the extra bells and whistles Fractal has managed to pack in. Yet still, when I hear the same amp model on both the units, the amps feel more dynamic and more natural in the AM4. Sure, it has only 4 blocks, as you can argue, but there's a lot you can achieve in those 4 blocks, and you can create pretty great and usable tones with just those 4 blocks, as I'll show you in the future videos. Now, compared to the XFX2, the pick attack feels more natural, everything responds more like a real amp. Cleans have more shimmer, high gain feels tighter, and the highs are smoother without getting really ice picky or harsh. Now, overall, coming from the XFX2, it feels like a big upgrade, and the overall feel is incredible, much more refined, polished, upgraded, and premium than what I remember the XFX being. As you can tell, I'm pretty happy with my unit. So was the upgrade really worth it? From the Axifix 2 to the AM4, for me, hell yeah, absolutely. The Axifix 2 is still a beast. I'm definitely keeping it in rotation on the channel, but the AM4 just feels more inspiring, more realistic, more modern, and more future-proof. Especially at this price point, the upgrade just makes sense. Honestly, this is just my first impressions video and I've got a lot more coming. Deep tone builds, Axe 2 versus AM4 comparisons, preset breakdowns, tone quests, and a lot more. So if that sounds good to you, make sure you hit subscribe and make sure you hit the like button while you're down there. It really helps me on YouTube and it'll really help you. If you're still rocking an Axe 2, don't worry, I'll still be making presets for the Axe 2. And if you've already upgraded to the AM4, tell me how it's been for you. How are you finding the unit? As always, thanks for watching and I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers, keep rocking. Bye-bye.